comic book junkies, it's the Frog Queen here, and today I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to show you my comic book collection, except not the comics in the long boxes, but actually my shelf book collection, basically. So this is all graphic novels and collected volumes and stuff like that. Also, I'm just getting over having the flu and now I have a cold. Yeah, I look kind of awful and I sound kind of awful. So, this will be the last you probably see of me in this video. So, we'll just make our way over here. This is our gecko, Reptar. He is hiding somewhere. Oh, he's way back in there. You can kind of see him. Very difficult to see him. Anyways, I thought we'd start up here. Oh, that's my treble up there. My treble. I've had him since I was like 4 or something. Okay, and that's Bess. So we've got some Batman and lots of Hellblazer. So I have like started getting the new Hellblazer collection semi-recently. That one's out of order. And then, because they started numbering them. And I don't know if you remember, but they did not number them for the longest time. And it was very, very, very frustrating. I got some Lucifer and more Batman stuck in there. Some Saga, some Brian K. Vaughan. Of course, Vertigo books. This was kind of all over the place, wasn't it? Yeah. Got We Can Never Go Home. I love this one. Down here, because that hurts my arms to reach up that high, because that bookshelf is very high. We've got Frizzato. This was a heavy metal book, when heavy metal put out books, as you can see. I liked this one. Very voluptuous ladies in that one. Charles Burns, Skin Deep. Oh yes, these are the Brandon Graham's Perverts of the Unknown and Pillow Fight. Those are some of the porn he put out on Erotica. Let me see if I can get that back in there. Okay. Tanpopo. This is by Camilla D'Erico. She is an awesome Canadian artist from BC, and she did these. They're kind of a poem, sort of, hardcover books. Really lovely. Of course, we got Pop Gun Wars, American Virgin, North 40. I think this was the only American Virgin. I don't think they put out more, and I really wish they had. Prophet. Seven Sons. This is a really early Riley Rossmo book, which is really fabulous, and I believe that if you look in this, look how awesome that cover is. This is a really good story too. Yeah, this was all without color, and it's really cool. I really, really like this one. And I found it randomly in a bargain bin and was like, what? Give me that. Oh, this is hard to do with one hand. It's a good thing I have these not in an order, because I'll never be able to put them back. Of course, we've got Genesis by the wonderful Allison Sampson, who's working on an awesome new series I'm not even allowed to talk about yet. Black Science. I wasn't a huge Black Science fan. It was kind of a miss for me for Remender. I know everybody else loves it. I just, whatever. There's some Sin City. I have a bunch of Sin City, but they're all different sized volumes, and so that's why they're kind of all sporadically everywhere. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. I was always a big Vasquez fan. I've actually got a Vasquez tattoo on my hip of Filler Bunny. One of the early comic books I read, like early teenage comic books, I should say. I read comics when I was a child as well. Grant Morrison, We Three, of course, Frank Wiley, 100 Bullets, Umbral. This was a good book that I wish it continued. It didn't. Jupiter's Legacy, Effigy. I'm waiting for more Effigy. Some Scalped. I don't have much Scalped, but 1 and 2, unfortunately. I've read more of it, but I only own a couple books. Lazarus, again, read pretty much all of it. Only have 1 or 2 books. I read the rest digitally. It's Mad Men. This is the complete Mad Men comics, which is not actually complete. It was complete at that time. I believe this is a really old trade. Yeah, this is volume 2. Oh god, can't even get it out. That's in there so tightly. Screw it, leaving it there. There's another one. There's a yearbook 95. There's some more Hellboy, some Revival, One Strangers in Paradise that I just found Terry Moore so condescending to anyone who is an actual lesbian. I was just like, come on. Anyway, so I could only get through that one volume. Everyone's like, but it's so amazing. And I'm like, really? Are you a lesbian though? Are you friends with lesbians? I don't know. I'm probably muffling the, totally muffling it up here. Anyway, Sam Keith, of course. Zero Girl, Full Circle, Zero Girl. This was a cool anthology from IDW called Imaginary Drugs. 7 to Eternity, which even though I gave like a semi-awful review to, I am actually kind of enjoying the story. I just think it's more the artwork than the actual story that appeals to me. Anyways, Reasons for Dragons. Oh, I love this book so much. It's beautiful. Jeff Stokely, Chris Norfolk, who's got another book coming out soon too, I believe, and I'll never be able to get it back in there with one hand. Well, you just gotta have to stay there. Okay, Neil Young's Greendale, more Paul Pope, A Distant Soil. I don't know if you know that one. It's quite old. I really liked that one, and there's one volume I'm missing, and it's always out of print. I can never get my hands on it. The Crow, special edition. Phonogram, don't get me started on how much I hate that book. Beaver Vendetta, some Sweet Tooth. I have most of Sweet Tooth, I think, in singles and floppies, so. And I don't have all of Unwritten. I've only got 1 and 2 on Wish I Had More, because I really do like that series. I just keep hoping to find it used or something. And all of the Sandman. Go down here. It's got some Marvel books. So let's see. Oh, this is Orbital. That's not Marvel. I don't know why it's sticking there. Usually they're kind of in a sort of order. Marvel Zombies. Somebody gave that to me. I haven't even read it. Hawkeye. Excuse me. Omega, The Unknown. I love it. Joe the Barbarian. Palestine. This is a really difficult read. There's the Chimpanzee Complex books. Some more Cinebooks. Oh, I don't know if you remember this book here. My Inner Bimbo by Sam Keith. That was great. Kick-Ass. Witchlight was a really great one that I got at TCAF this year. Last year, I should say. Hope to get down there this year. We'll see. Really liked that one. Get back in there. Get the hell. Oh my god. Impossible. Then there's Kingdom Come. All of Why the Last Man. She-Wolf. Rich Tommaso. Oh, Greek Street. Actually, I want to reread this. I'm going to take this out. And some game books and stuff. Oh, and Frank Miller's Holy Terror. Holy crap. Awful. Anyway, guidebooks. This is a 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, some Rift books. I had more Rift books. I'm not sure where they are. I think probably someone borrowed them and never gave them back, the bastards. But I love Rifts. It was the only RPG besides Dungeons and Dragons that I really like to play. And of course, Skyrim, Fallout. All of my previous Fallout guides were stolen by ex-boyfriends. So yeah, fuck you guys. And oh yeah, I forgot. On top of my comics are more comics. So Brandon Graham's Walrus. This is written by Mobius, but not drawn by Mobius. And unfortunately, Jiro Tanichi Tanguchi. He passed away just last year. Tom Neely's The Blot, I love it. Stuck Rubber Baby by Howard Cruz is insanely awesome. Recommend everybody read that. It freaking rips you up. Nevada of the Northern Lights, of course, which is a public domain sort of thing that just got republished a couple of years ago by Nicholson. Lovely girl. I can't remember her first name. It's off the top of my head. I don't know why. Berlin, a really, really good one. And Peter Wortman's Over the Wall. And, oh yes, there's more down on this bookshelf. More Marvel books. Do I have to really go through all this? I think you can see fairly obviously. These, of course, are Daniel Clowes. I have a copy of Caricature, which is actually probably one of my top favorite Daniel Clowes books. Really recommend that one to everybody. Can I get it back in there? Can it go? Yeah, thank God. Let's see here. Oh, this is one of my favorite from the Son of M. Which is about Quicksilver. That was awesome. Man, my hands are so jiggly. This is probably a terrible idea and difficult to actually see. Earth X is there. Well, some of The Walking Dead. I've read all of The Walking Dead. These are the only ones I have. It's for my turntable. These are the only ones that I have in trades, but I have them all, you know, in floppies, in boxes. Some of the essentials, which are out of order, and lots of records and stuff, which I'm not going to go through. So this is going to be difficult because it's dark, and I've got a big light above me. I have no idea how I'm going to go through these. So maybe I'll just hold this up. So, as you can see, some manga type books that are not manga, and then it moves into lots of manga. Oh my gosh. I think I'll just do this side and then go over to the other side. Berserk. Lots and lots of Berserk. Angel Sanctuary. I have all of Angel Sanctuary because I love Angel Sanctuary. And the Cat Boy, because I love Kazuo Mezu. That's the Astro Boy DVD set. Let's see. Last Man. Some Paul Pope. I love the first, second books. And that's the boom mic thing in the way. There we go. Not a big fan of this one. I wrote a review on it. I've wrote a review on most of these. Not a big fan. Oh, this one I mean. By Cory Doctorow. This was good. The Divine. Beautiful, beautiful fucking book. There's Henry and Glenn Forever. Bunch of Junji Ito, and then some more Osamu Tezuka, which I'm a big fan. A bunch, and of course Akira. And then some random stuff. We've got Menage a 3, and Spike Omnibus, because I love Spike. The Drifting Classroom, Dorohedoro, Just Don't Touch Me. I've only got a couple books of Pluto. I remember reading the whole first, like when it first came out from the library, actually. A lot of books I've read from the library, so I don't own everything I've read, but you know, who does? Up there's some Eden. I want to get the rest of the Eden series. I do have all of Death Note, I just don't know where they all are. They're kind of all messed up and out of order. Attack on Titan, I kind of got bored with, for obvious reasons. Vert is up there. There is the only one that's not a graphic novel. It's kind of wedged in between some Naruto and stuff. It's by Jeff Noon, and it's probably one of my favorite novels of all time. It's a crazy cyberpunk novel. I recommend everyone read. I've got some Yu Yu Hakusho on top of Eden. But Eden is really hard to get, man. Like, and it's like $18 a book. It's ridiculous. Fucking Dark Horse. Anyway, got some games up there, and say hi to David Bowie. Hi, David Bowie. Anyway. Behind my computer, oh my gosh, this is such a mess. There's my Fallout lunchbox and Darth Vader. You know, the mic that I always use for recording. That's a bag of dicks my friend sent me. She has a great sense of humor. She also sends me fun other little things. Where's the thing she sent me this week? Oh, it's right here. The unicorn meat. Apparently there's a stuffed unicorn in there somewhere. Do I keep putting my hand over the mic? God knows I probably do. I apologize. And so it's my keyboard and my Kleenex because I'm sick. And there's Chris when he was little. That's Chris. Behind my computer I have like my more expensive books. So there's the Jack Kirby New Gods, it's the artist edition that I bought a couple years ago. I have some floppies that I have to, you know, put away. There's a copy of One Tug Soup. There's this big yellow thing, which I don't have any light. Where's my light? Anyway, I can't find it right now. It's the World Encyclopedia of Comics. It's massive. Let's see what else I can find. This belongs to a friend of mine, How to Draw Marvel, and I keep forgetting to give it back. And it's not that, it's a funny story behind this book. The story is that it was his childhood book and his roommate stole a bunch of his stuff or something and sold all of his books. And I ended up finding this at a secondhand shop and bought it, and it actually has like his handwriting in it and stuff. So he wanted it back, so I was like, yeah, of course, because he had it since he was a kid. So anyway, I gotta get that to him. Just haven't seen him in a while. Maybe if I open the window. Oh gosh, that helps. Forgot that was an option. Okay, so we've got Escapo, Paul Pope, My Pretty Vampire. We've got Karasok, I love them. Beautiful Darkness, Beauty, Love. This is the one from Magnetic Press. These are some Cinebooks here. Let me see. The Vanishing, Olive Brack. I think I've done reviews of all these. Beasts of Burden, great book, loved it, beautiful. The Borges, it's Jodorowsky and Manara, so what's not to love. More Jodorowsky, some more Manara, more Manara. Let's just move Kirby here for a second. Oh, Kirby's all dusty. I'm gonna take this out and dust that off. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is how dusty my house is. That hasn't even been sitting there that long. Find a special place for that. Lots of humanoids books, so let me see how to do this. Okay. Maybe we'll start over here. Oh wait, there's the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which, you know, if you've ever seen When Harry Met Sally, hieroglyphs are really just an ancient comic strip about a boy named Sphinxy, but really, I just love hieroglyphs. Anyway, The Sword in the Glass, such an amazing book. This is the new one with George Best and Jodorowsky, which is for kids, called The Magical Twins. I think I have a video review of it. Druid, I love Druid. Whoops. The Death Ray by Daniel Close, big fan of that one. That's probably my second favorite. Or is it my first? I don't know, I can't tell. The Six Voyages in Lone Sloan, more Druid. See, Lorna the Ark, that was another heavy metal book. And heavy metal was selling all these books, these hardcovered books off, these old ones, for like pennies, basically, a while ago. Don't laugh, Amy, you're shaking the camera. This is a really cool book. There's a review on my site. Most of these have reviews, actually. Bengal, really love Bengal. This one, not so much. Domyu, it's a translation from a Chinese book that I wasn't a big fan of. Some Mobius, some Jodorowsky, lots of Jodorowsky. The White Llama, which I totally recommend. More Metabarons. I can get around this thing. Son of a Gun, Bouncer, more Mobius and Jodorowsky. This one is so twisted. I love it. The Mad Woman of the Sacred Heart. My edition is quite old, but there's newer editions you can get your hands on now. Oh, and Legend of the Sacred Blades, or the Scarlet Blades. I don't know if you can see that there. Anything that you want to take a closer look at, please let me know, and I will pull them out in a different video. Or if you just want to hear like a review on them, that's fine too. Okay, we're coming towards sort of the end of my bookshelves. There's actually piles and piles of comics everywhere, but yeah. These are my Frog Queen bookmarks. I have tons and tons of that I made ages ago and just kind of didn't know what to do with, so I still have tons of them. There's Batman, some guitar tuners, a metronome, stuff. Yeah, there's Yoda behind there. I need to dust. So this is the Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind. That's the hard edition. Fatale, Volume 1. I don't even think they put out Volume 2 yet. Maybe they did. That's the omnibus for Oz. That's Stanley and Mobius's Silver Surfer. More Paul Pope, of course. Gregory's Suicide, which is signed. Some more Tom Neely. Tom, I wish you had signed all these when you sent them to me, but you didn't. That's okay. Oops. There's Shaky Kane's The Holy Bible. Some more Meta Barons, Jodorowsky. Krapex. I can never say his name right. So, it's a bunch of stuff. Usually this is stuff that I haven't really cataloged, like, these have to be put away, or like series that I'm currently reading, like the most recent one that I've read kind of thing. A bunch of A Wave Blue World books, which are very, very lovely. I've got to do some reviews on those. Scenic Graces, Self-Obsessed, and a lot of Cinebooks. And maybe I should sit down here. Oh, and then this lovely album of me and Chris at our costume parties. Well, except for that one. That's just a field. Cards Against Humanity, that's not open yet. And some guitar picks. Actually, that's not very many guitar picks. I usually have like way more than that. Ugh, dust is getting to me. This is bad. Oh, and look, these are cookbooks. Except for the William Gibson book. William Gibson, you make me angry. Oh, here we go. Here's more comics. So, I have some prints that I need to frame. Okay, here we go. This is more interesting. So, this is signed Mobius Blueberry book. It's number 9. All my Mobius books in this pile are signed. All these books in this pile are actually signed. Old Man Wolverine, signed by McNiven. Let me see. Let me just take this off. Don't like moving my prints around much because I'm anal retentive about that stuff, but let's see what else we got here. Excuse me. Okay. These great books. Oh yeah, I think it's from Warren Chuck. These are from local, like, Canadian artists. Black Cloud, signed by both Jason Latour and Greg Hinkle. There we go. There's a couple of them in there. Is it? I think. Yes. At the time, there was only 2 available, so. It was really funny. At the TCAF image party, when I first went, we went to the welcoming party, ran into Jason and Latour, and I was drunk out of my fucking mind because I had been drinking with Simon Roy and Farrell Dalrymple, and then we went up to the welcome party, TCAF welcome party. Jason Latour comes up from behind me and he's like, "Hey!" I was so drunk. I was like trying to say, "Hi, Jason, oh my god." But I couldn't get his name out. I couldn't say anything because I was so drunk I could barely speak, and it took me forever. I'm like, "Hey, you!" And I think he was so offended that he thought I forgot who he was, which I didn't. I just couldn't speak. So anyway, felt forever horrible about that, and I think he was kind of pissed. Anyway. Habitat, signed by Simon Roy. I'm pretty sure Simon signed this, didn't he? Like, I can't even remember. I'm the worst person ever. Yes. Oh yeah, he drew this. Thanks, Amy. Yep. Focus. Pretty sweet. Ed Luce, which I think he was the first thing I got at TCAF, and I forgot to get him to sign it. Horrible. Yes, Canker. All those are signed. Oh yeah, these are great. Brandon drew a picture of me. Thanks, Amy. And Farrell. I think signed all of these. Did he not? Yes. Nice to meet you, Amy. I think he drew pictures in all of them. Farrell's like kind of, well, as you'll see in the interview I'm going to post later this week. Yeah. He, I guess chronically just draws all the time, like obsessively, as he calls it, anyway. I remember when he did this. He was really like, he was trying the cat face, and he was just like, oh, I don't like that. And the first time, and I think he went and got rid of my copy and gave me a new copy of the book so he could redraw it. I don't know why. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but of course, Headlopper, which is signed inside, Mark Hanker. Spirit Leaves, this was signed at HellCon 2 years ago. I really like Rosie. She's a sweetheart. She's awesome. Rosie Gifford. Follow her on Instagram. She's got always posting great stuff. This is Mike Ruth. Oh yes, the Lost Boys. Tim Seeley, I believe, signed this somewhere. Oh yes, there it is. Damn. Seeley. And The Rabbit. This is Rachel Smith. And Artificial Flowers, which I love this book. And she signed both of them for me as well. Oops. Aren't you dreaming the bunny? And this is JMB Komachuk. He's great. Interviewed him as well and Rachel at TCAF. Let me see. I know he signed them. I just can't remember where he signed them. Dang it. Maybe it was on the inside of the other cover. I don't know. It's in there. This video is just me trying to figure out where people sign things. Haphazardly. There we go. There we go. Haphazardly trying to show people signatures. Like, this is horrible. It's the worst video ever. Peter Wortman, of course, his full volume of his new book hasn't out yet. So, this is like, he did these like short ones for cons. But he signed all of them for me because I was such a huge fan. He was, I think, the very first person I ever interviewed. Like 7 years ago on, just as an article on my website, thefrogqueen.com, I believe. I love Peter. Brian Lee O'Malley, who just came to my local shop one day. And I got him to sign it. I guess it was 2014. Look at that. And you, of course, know him from Scott Pilgrim. My lap is getting very heavy because I'm just putting these on my lap like an idiot. So these are my Blueberry and Mobius stuff. A couple of them have been damaged. I bought them that way. But they weren't badly damaged. The insides were fine. It's just the dust covers. And I was just like, well, whatever. I hate dust covers anyway. But they're all signed inside, initialed inside. It's the Mobius 7. Oh my god, this is so heavy. This has a lot of different pieces from the world of Adina and stuff in it, so there's Mobius. Number 892. So this has a whole bunch of different stuff. There's some early Mobius, other humorous stories. Oh my god, this is hard to do. So we'll go through that maybe in a separate video sometime. Oh my gosh, and I think that concludes my horribly blurry video about my comics and my life. Alright, bye. And there's a drum set in my living room right now.